Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Faith. I'm a registered nurse, and on this channel I talk about general leveling up, especially if you're a nurse and you want to pursue your career in nursing in the US. This is the channel for you. I do a little bit of vlogging, so you can expect that too. So today I want to talk about some of the questions that I've been getting in my inboxes. I've handled this severally before, but I still get a lot of questions about these topics. So that's what I want to do, and this will be a two-part video because these questions are so many. So if you have any question that you asked me and I didn't respond, stay tuned because I'm going to talk about it today. And also just added a lot of frequently asked questions from nurses who want to start this process. So let's get right into it. The first question that I got was, what are the requirements for one to become a USRN or join an agency? And this is a question that was asked by someone who wanted to start the journey, but the answers are lengthy, so I couldn't text them back. So for you to qualify to become a USRN or to join an agency that will sponsor you to get to the US, you have to hold a current RN license within your country of residence, be a graduate of an RN program from an accredited school of nursing, which you should cover your medical, surgical, obstetrics, pediatric, and psychiatry nursing, both clinically and practical. And you must meet the requirement laid down by the US Immigration for permanent residency, because that's the visa that they give the nurses when they want to relocate. You must also meet the English proficiency needed for visa screening. That is the IELTS. So I hope in summary I've answered your question about what you really require to become a USRN. To broaden those answers, you should just research about them and you'll be able to get a lot of answers, especially just on Google. The second question someone asked me was, must I be a BSN to qualify? The answer to this question is no, but you should just take note that some agencies prefer BSN nurses than diploma nurses. So whatever agency that you want to apply to, just make sure that you know if they give a preference to BSN nurses or diploma nurses. But most agencies really don't mind if you are a BSN or a diploma nurse. So you, as a diploma nurse, you qualify to be a USRN, and also if you are a BSN nurse, you qualify to be a USRN. The third question someone asked me was, how can I apply to an agency? So to answer this question, I will advise you to go to Google Chrome and search for the agency that you are interested in, then go through their page, and most of the agencies have their social media sites. You can also search them on Facebook, on Instagram, even Twitter. Some of them are even on TikTok. So you can search them, but you can easily search them on Google and you can get them there, and you go through their page, and at some point you'll get the apply button. You just click on the apply button on the agency's site and fill in the requirements, and that's how you submit your application. Just make sure that you have your CV ready when you are applying for these agencies. The question that someone asked me is, do I need to pay as I apply to an agency? And the answer to this question is no, because most of the legit agencies will never request for an application fee. Just take note of that. If you get an agency that wants to take you and they are requiring money from you to their account, that is not right. Most of the agencies will not ask for an application fee. You may need to cater for some of the requirements that you have to go through as you get to the US, and some agencies may pay for the requirements for you, but even those who don't pay for it may reimburse you at some point. So you don't need an application fee if you are applying to an agency. The fifth question that someone asked me is, what is the application process? What does the application process entail? And this is also a broad question, but I'll do my best to answer it. So once you are online and your online application has been submitted, the agency will review your submission, including your CV, and then they may schedule an oral or video interview with you. Others may even go ahead and let you do an exam, usually nursing exam, so just be ready for that. That's mostly what the application process entails. So just go to their site and fill in all the requirements that they want from you, and after you fill the requirements, and you will expect them to call you and have an interview with you after they've looked at all your credentials. So just take note of that. The sixth question that someone asked me is, and I think this is a Nigerian, and they asked me, do I need to do a Cgfns exam to apply for an agency? And my answer is no, because I didn't do the Cgfns exam. I just applied for my Nclex when the right time came. So if you are in Nigeria and maybe you do Cgfns exam, because I've seen a lot of Nigerians doing that, I didn't do that, so I know it's not a requirement when you are applying to an agency. I think CGFNS exam is almost like the Nclex. It is mostly nursing, so it's not a mandatory requirement when you are applying for an agency, or even when you are studying. We are starting this journey because you are going also to do the Nclex. So no, you don't need it. The seventh question that I got is, do I need to be currently working as an RN? And my answer is yes. You must be consistently working as a registered nurse in your country of residency. That is just a non-negotiable. So you must make sure that your license is active and you are consistently working in your country. So just take note of that. If you are not working, if your license is expired, please just take care of that before you apply to any agency, because they will not take you if you are not working and your license is expired or is inactive. So take note of that. The eighth question is kind of related to the seventh question. Someone asked, do I need to be working in a hospital setting for an agency to accept me? Yes, and I've said this before in my previous videos. You need to be working in a hospital setup, and most agencies will require you to be working in an inpatient setting and in at least a tertiary hospital or facility. So just take note of that as you're applying to the agencies. If you're working in an outpatient setting, they might not consider you. So this is a very important thing that you should take note. The ninth question that I got, someone asked, Do I need to do IELTS before I start? And my answer to this question is it depends. Some agencies may require IELTS upfront, others don't. If you are starting solo, you might not need to do the IELTS because IELTS usually expire with 2 years. So if you are doing it on your own, don't start with IELTS. I'll advise you not to start with IELTS. But if you are applying to an agency, just do your due diligence. Know if they want IELTS upfront or they don't mind you starting without IELTS. The 10th question that someone asked me is, do I need Nclex to work in the US? And my answer to this question is yes, you need Nclex to work in the US. That is a non-negotiable. So there is no way around the Nclex. It is a licensing exam which tests your skills, knowledge, and abilities to practice safely as a nurse. So you needed to be licensed in the US, and without a license in the United States, you cannot work as a nurse. So there is no way around the Nclex. You have to do your Nclex and pass it, and you be licensed to work in the US, and then you'll be able to work there. So let no one fool you that there is a way around the Nclex. You have to do your Nclex and then other processes, and then you can work in the US. So guys, that's the end of part 1 of these questions, and part 2 will be following almost after 2 days after I've posted the part 1. So just stay tuned for that because these questions were many. So I divided them into 10 questions. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for your support. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe because we need to hit 500 by the end of this month. So I'm counting on you to support me, to share my video, and also to show it to people who are interested in this journey. So thank you guys for coming by, and I'll see you guys in the part 2 of this video.